Yes, I've missed a few weeks now, my apologies. 2 weeks ago I got sick and I figured no one wanted to hear me sniffle and hack my way through a losing streak. Then I took a break for Christmas, so I'm back. Let's take a look at what happened in the last 3 weeks. Let's see here. Leafs play 8 games, winning only 3 of them. Do I have to? Welcome to the penalty box. Okay, here we go, fast and hard.
That's what she said.
Here are the games from the last 3 weeks. Leafs win 4-1 against the Edmonton Oilers. Leafs lose 5-2 against Calgary. Leafs lose 4-1 against Vancouver. Leafs lose 6-3 to Atlanta. Leafs win 4-1 against New Jersey. Leafs lose 4-3 against Carolina. And Leafs lose 3-2 against Columbus. And I'll get to the new year in a minute. Notable things that happened in that span: Kadri gets sent down to the Marlies, can't really argue with that. Daryl Boyce gets called up and plays remarkably well. And Kovalchuk gets his head pounded in by Phaneuf. Seriously, what was that all about? So, painful month. How do you account for this streak of horrible? Well, let's go to what Clark MacArthur said. And this isn't an exact quote, but the gist of what he said was, "We know what to do, we believe in our coach, it's just a matter of doing it." Well, thanks for that insight, Clark. Can you give me anything else? Like maybe why you aren't doing it? And since it's Toronto, as in all losing streaks, we've resorted to trade rumors and blame placing. I won't cover any trade rumors because 99% of them are retarded. But let's take a look at who can be blamed for this losing streak. Personally, I believe that the whole team is somewhat culpable, but placing the blame at the feet of MacArthur, Grabowski, Kuhlman, Kessel, and Versteeg is not really fair. So, who do you blame? I've heard literally dozens of names thrown around. Kadri? Well, no, he was a junior that people were only hoping would work out. Coincidentally, it was the people who weren't watching him in the Marlies that were calling for him to join the big club. He clearly needs a season in the AHL, just give him time. Phaneuf? People were hoping that as the captain, Phaneuf would rediscover his scoring flair from his junior season, but if you watched how Dion played in Calgary, you would know that he hasn't been a two-way defenseman for a few seasons now. Yeah, Phaneuf has a booming slap shot. So? He's there to shut the opposition down, deliver big hits, and motivate the team. Burke and Wilson knew what type of player he was. It's just some of the fans that didn't. Caberlet? He's been labeled a defensive liability at times by some people. But if you look at the stats, his value isn't to shut down the opposition. He's near the top of the team in point getting. True, he may only have 1 goal so far, but he's an assist machine, sits in the top 5 on the team in points with 24, and plays a valuable role quarterback in the power play. Goaltending? And this is the most popular choice for blame hurling. The complaint here, the goalies we have won't steal you games. Their idea is that you need a goaltender that can win games all by themselves for you to make the playoffs. Honestly, here's the thing about our goaltending tandem. You're right, they're not a duo that will steal games. Oh, they will win you games when they have offensive support. They are solid goaltenders. They will hold down the fort and win the game when the team as a unit wins. But they will not stand up in a duel with Miller or Thomas. The best team I can compare the goalie situation to is Tampa Bay. Mike Smith and Dan Ellis provide competent goaltending. And when you have a team that can win, that's all you need. A save percentage in the 900s will get you a winning team as long as the team itself is behind the goaltender. And remember, Gustafsson's in his 2nd year in the NHL. He's already miles better than he was last year. And with a goaltending coach like Francois Allaire, he'll continue to improve and his ceiling looks pretty good. Just don't expect a Marty Brodeur because that's not where he's headed. So who do you blame? I think there's 2 players above everybody else who should be shouldering some of the blame for this. Tyler Bozak and Colby Armstrong. Now a lot of you are no doubt confused by my choices. A few weeks ago, as Steve Dangle said, we had 4 players with 10 goals or more and a 5th with 9. The usual suspects: Kessel, Grabowski, Kuhlman, Versteeg, and MacArthur. There were only a few other teams in the league that had that, and they were all in a playoff position. The reason the Leafs aren't in a playoff position is because those 5 guys were literally the only ones scoring goals. We need the rest of the team to turn it on. I mean, where is the Tyler Bozak of last year? I mean, called up in the latter half of last season, and he made a compelling case for first-line center in that time. Or how about Colby Armstrong of years past? Not a huge goal scorer, but reliable enough for about 40 points a season. Or how about the entire rest of the team? A few weeks ago, the only players who had more than 3 goals on the team were the 5 guys carrying the team. Forget first-line centers or top 6 wingers, give us some secondary scoring. Although Bozak has turned it on in the past couple of games, we need the rest of the team to start responding in kind. But moving on, the Leafs start off 2011 right with a 5-1 win over the Ottawa Senators. Wow. Complete domination in this one. Although Elliott letting in 3 goals on 7 shots kind of helped us. There were 3 Marlies in this one, and all 3 of them played a significant role. First and most importantly, James Reimer making his first NHL start, second NHL appearance after stepping in for J.S. Giguère earlier in the season. He faces 33 shots, stopping 32. Not bad for an AHL goalie. Darryl Boyce, in his second game since being called up, scored a goal, and Joey Crabb collects 2 assists. And based on that, these guys are going to see a lot more time in the NHL. Rounding out the scoring, MacArthur and Shen scored, and Bozak netted 2 in his first 2-goal game of his career. And he was centering an oddball first line with Kessel and Crabb on his wings. Don't know what possessed Ron Wilson to put those 3 together, but hey, they got it done. Sergei Gonchar was the only one to reply for Ottawa. Final score 5-1. Now, players on the Leafs, can you guys please play like this more often? The result won't be like this every day since Ottawa was tired and they've been having some struggles lately, but come on! You'd at least be out of the bottom 5 if you played like this most games. But I won't end this on a sad note. Leafs win, let's enjoy it, I got a jet. Canada's taking on the US tonight at 7 in the World Junior semifinals, I gotta catch that. I mean, it's a game we've been waiting for since the tournament started. And this video probably won't make it up until after that game's done, so all I'll say is a simple, go Canada go, see you next week.